In this tutorial, we are going to talk about proving identities. So I've got a number of questions with me here. So we have the first one, which is saying prove that tan squared x plus 1 is equal to sec squared x. Now, proving identities, it becomes easy when you identify which part you start with. So for this question, which is A, tan squared x plus 1 is equal to sec squared x, I'm going to prove that the left hand side is equal to the right hand side. So I'll say the left hand side is tan squared x plus 1. I need to prove that this is equal to that. You know that tan theta, tan x, or let me use theta. Tan theta is equal to sine theta divided by cos theta. Then 1 over cos theta is sec theta. 1 over tan theta, we know that it is cot theta. Then 1 over sine theta is cosec. Okay? Another thing which you have to know is that sine squared theta plus cos squared theta is equal to 1. So from here I can make sine squared theta as a substitute formula or cos squared theta as a substitute formula. I'll come up with some other identities. Okay? What else do we know? Now for question for part A, let's now see how we can prove it. I'm going to say I know that tan squared tan is sine x. Now since it is squared, it's going to be sine squared divided by cos squared x plus 1. Now I can have 1 and find the common denominator, which is cos squared x. So cos into cos, I'm going to have 1. So on top I'll have sine squared x plus 1 into cos squared, I'll have cos squared x. Now I also know that sine squared plus cos squared is 1. So I'll say it's 1. I'll replace that with 1 is divided by cos squared. I know that 1 over cos is sec. So I'll say 1 over cos is sec. Meaning since it is squared, it's going to be sec squared x. Now I can see that the left hand side is equal to the right hand side. Hence proved. So that is it for part A. Now let's go to part B. Part B, we have sec x minus cos x is equal to sine x times tan x. I'll prove that the left hand side is equal to the right hand side, or if you want you can get the right hand side. You are going to get the same thing. So me, I'll get the left hand side. My left hand side is sec x minus cos x. I want to prove that this is equal to the right hand side. So the right hand side is sine x tan x. So I'll start. I know that sec is the same as 1 divided by cos x minus cos x. I can divide here with 1 and then I find the common denominator, which is going to be cos x. Cos x into cos x, I'll have 1. 1 times 1 is 1 minus 1 into cos x is cos x. Cos x times cos x is going to be cos c squared x. Remember, we said sine squared x plus cos squared x is equal to 1. I can make cos squared x as a subject of formula. I'll shift sine to the other side. I'll have this. I can replace this with what I have. The reason why I'm replacing this, because the right hand side, I need to check the right hand side. The right hand side, I've got sine. I need sine to exist. So that's the reason why I have to make this in terms of sign. So I'll say 1 minus, where there is cos, I'm going to put 1 minus sine squared x. I divide this by cos x. Now what I'm going to do is I'll open the brackets. So I'm going to say 1 minus 1, negative negative is going to give me positive sine squared x. I divide this with cos x. 1 minus 1 is 0, so I'll have sine squared x divided by cos x. Sine squared x can be written as sine x times sine x. So I'm going to say this is the same as sine x times sine x, everything divided by cos x. Now from here I can clearly say that I can write this to say I'll have sine x times sine x divided by cos x. Here is the same as I have got divided by 1, so that when I say this times this, I'll get back to my origin. So I can clearly see that I'll have sine x, sine over cos is tan x. Now this is what I have on the right hand side. So therefore I can clearly say that the left hand side is equal to the right hand side. Hence proved. Okay. Now part C, before we go to part C, in case you want to access all our private videos from our website, let me show you how you can do that. Okay. So if you go on Chrome, you will be able to see. So just type Transcended Institute. Here is our website. Now this website has got everything for NS. You can clearly see here saying welcome to Transcended Institute, learn the smart way. So if you scroll down, you'll be able to see the courses. Have math, physics, biology, biochemistry for second years, math for second years, which is math 2110, and chemistry. Now let's assume to say you want to access math. If you click on math here, I want to show you how you can access all the videos on trig. So we have got sets, okay, we have got functions, we have binomial, we have trig, we have exponential and logarithm, calculus, which is limits, differential calculus, inequalities, integration. So all the topics for math we have. So let's say you want to access trig. So you click here. These are the videos for trig. You can clearly see that we have the introduction, the reference angle, and trig ratios, Pythagoras theorem, exam questions, tan identity. We have everything, solving equations. So all the videos for trig, we have them. Okay, you can access all the videos for trig. Now let's assume to say you want to access functions. So if you want to access functions, you can clearly see that we have all the videos for functions. These videos, you can't find them on YouTube. They can only be accessed by students who are registered with Transcended Institute. Now, how can you register? You can register with us by only paying 100 kwacha per course per month. So just 100 kwacha, you'll be able to access all the videos in math. So if you want maybe to click, then these are the videos, and then you want to watch the video. So you see, so how to find the domain, we explained everything. Now let's assume to say you want to find, maybe you want to watch let me show you another thing. Even binomial, we have binomial here. Okay, We have also exponential and logarithm. We have sets. So this is good for you to revise. So if you want to access binomial, these are the videos for binomial. So maybe you want to know how to prove binomial. You just click there. So here is a video. You click there, then you'll be able to access this. So you can see these are our videos. Now let's go back to our business. Okay, let's go back to our business. So we are now on part C, and we are trying to prove. Now in case you want to contact me, you can WhatsApp me using this number here, in case you want to register and then you're having challenges registering to register using the website. So this is my number, 0767729927. So you can get in touch with me using this number. Now let's prove question C. So C is saying sine theta plus cos theta, then brackets we have squared is equal to 1 plus sine 2 theta. Now this one, what I'm going to do here is this. Before we solve this, we need to know some other identities. Two very important identities which you have to know is if I have sine 2 theta, this is an identity. It can be replaced by 2 sine theta cos theta. Then if I have cos 2 theta, this is another identity. It can be replaced by cos squared minus sine squared theta. Now we can also start working around with this, knowing to say sine squared plus cos squared is 1, and then I can start now making a 1 as a subject of formula. I can have another identity. Okay, I can have another identity where I can say I know that sine squared theta is the same as 1 minus cos squared theta. So I can replace where there's sine with that other one, so I can say this is going to be minus. Now I'll have this, I'll put them in brackets. I have 1 minus cos squared theta. Now what we have to know now is I can say cos squared theta minus 1 then plus cos squared theta. So cos squared and cos squared is going to give us 2 cos squared theta minus 1. So again, if you see cos 2 theta, it can also be replaced by this. This is another identity for cos 2 theta. Again, you can do the same. If you want to make cos as a subject of formula, you are going to come up with another identity. But for now, we have come up with this. I think we can solve C. Let's see how we can prove C. So we can prove C by saying this is the left hand side. Don't be shocked to say why I'm getting just the left hand side. If I want, I can get the right hand side, but I'll be able to get the same answer. So I have sine theta plus cos theta, but I know that this is the same as I can write this also to say I have this. Now I can expand sine squared times sine squared. I'm going to have sine squared theta plus sine theta times cos theta. I'll be able to get sine theta cos theta, then cos theta times sin theta, I'll be able to get sin theta cos theta. Cos times cos is going to be plus cos squared theta. Now I can rewrite this and say sin squared theta plus cos squared theta. Then I also have these two, I can add them. It's going to be 2 sin theta cos theta. Now we know that cos theta, I can replace this with 1. We said sin squared theta plus cos squared theta is 1. Then we also know that this is an identity. It can be replaced by sin 2 theta. So this is going to be 1 plus this is going to be replaced by sin 2 theta. And I can see that the left hand side is now equal to the right hand side. Hence proved. So that is it for part C. What of part D? Part D is saying we have 2 cos theta plus 1. Now which one can I get? I can get 1 or I can get 2. That is just okay. But it's okay, I can start with the left hand side. So I'm going to say my left hand side is going to be, I have 2 cos theta plus 1, then 2 cos theta minus 1. Now let's see. We want to prove that that is equal to that other one. So we can expand this and say 2 cos theta times 2 cos theta, I'm going to get 4. I'll get 4 yes, I'm going to get 4 cos squared theta, because 2 times 2 is going to give us what? It's going to give us 4. Then 2 cos theta times negative 1 is going to give me 2 cos theta. Then 1 times that other one is going to give me plus 2. It's going to give me plus, I'm doing 1 times it, it's going to be cos theta. Then 1 times 1 is going to give me negative what? Negative 1. Let's see. So we are going to have 4 cos squared theta. These two can cancel. I have this. Now from here, what else can we see? We can work out with cos. Okay. So this cos, it can be replaced with something else. This is another identity which we have to know. So let's do this. Remember, I gave you this identity. I said cos 2 theta was equal to, I'll start from here so that I should not leave anyone behind. We said it was given by this. Now I can replace sine. We said sine squared theta is the same as 1 cos squared theta, meaning that cos 2 theta is cos squared theta minus 1 minus I have 1 minus cos squared theta. I can open the brackets and I can say cos 2 theta is going to be cos squared theta minus 1 plus cos squared theta. This can give me 2. So I'm going to have cos 2 theta is going to be 2 cos theta, cos squared theta, then minus 1. Okay, this is another identity which you have to know. Now from here I can make, I'll start from there. From here I want to make cos squared as a subject of formula. Okay, so I have cos 2 theta is equal to 2 cos squared theta minus 1. I want to make cos squared as a subject of formula. What I'm going to do, I'm going to shift 1 to the other side, meaning I'm going to have, I'll have 1 plus cos 2 theta is equal to 2 cos squared theta. I want to make cos squared as a subject of formula. I can divide both sides by 2, even here by 2. Another identity which you have to know, cos squared can be replaced by this. Can be replaced by this. Okay. Now what I'm going to do now here is, where there's cos squared, I'm going to replace with this. But at the same time, before we go anywhere, I can make another identity. I can get the square root here. Okay, if I get the square root, or before I do that, I can divide everywhere by 2 where there is angle. For me to remove this guy here, I'm going to divide by 2. Another identity which is coming, if I divide here by 2, meaning that 2 will disappear here, the angle, I'm talking about the angle only. But again, this can be written as, I can write this in form of this. I can say cos squared theta is equal to, I can say this is half, then I say 1 plus cos 2 theta. What I've done here is, it's the same as this. I've just factored out half, so that when I do half times everything inside, I'll come back to this. I want to show you another identity which you can come up from here. Another identity here, I can clearly see that I'll have, if I divide, I'm talking about the angle only, I divide 2, then I'm going to come. So this is another identity which you have to know, just that one. So now if I divide everywhere by 2, I'll come up with this, theta divided by 2. Now the angle there is going to be just 2. This is going to be half 1 plus, because the 2 has disappeared because the angle I've divided it by 2. Okay, so I'm going to have theta. This is another identity which you have to know. Where there is cos theta over 2, you can replace it with this. Now from the identities which I've just come up with, I can now go ahead and plug in the values. We see what we're going to have. Now that we have come up with the identities for cos, so we have 3, the common ones, plus the half one, the half angle, which is this one, which gives us 2, meaning we have 4 so far. Now if you can check here, the one for cos, the one for sine, if you want to come up with the one for sine, half, I'm going to show you how you're going to come up with that when we start solving part E. So now here I can clearly see that this is what I have when I expand the left hand side. Now I want to show you, I'm going to prove that the right hand side is equal to the left hand side. Okay, so now I have my these identities. Let me just get rid of everything here. So we are saying I've just expanded this part D, which is that the left hand side. Now I have got 4 cos squared theta minus 1. So it's the same as this is equal to that. Now I want to prove, I'll now get the left hand side, right hand side, sorry. I'll say my right hand side, I'll have 2 is cos. I have 2 cos squared theta plus cos 2 theta. Now I can clearly see that I'll have 2. This one we have already come up with this identity. We are saying that this identity is the same as 2 cos squared theta minus 1. That's what we have said. So I'm going to say I have this plus 2 cos squared theta minus 1. So these two are going to give me 4. So I'll have 4 cos squared theta minus 1. You can see that this, what I have, this is the left hand side. The right hand side is equal to this. But again, that can be written as if you have y squared minus y, this. So this is the same as x minus y, x plus y. So I can say my x in this case is 4. Now since this 4, it can be written as 2. I can say this is the same as 2 cos theta minus 1. Then here is going to be 2 cos theta plus 1. When I expand this, it's going to give me that. Now the right hand side is equal to the left hand side. Hence proved. So I've proved that one. Now if you want to access the full tutorial sheet solutions, just register with Transcended Institute. You'll be able to access the solution for this question, as well as this. So that is it for this tutorial.